Mason. Mason, you with me?
It's Dragovich is fucking with us. We were all fucked and we knew it. All I could hear was Bowman sobbing. He'd given up. Who could fucking blame him?
Bowman!
I'm tired. I just want to end
You
this.
don't mean that, Bowman!
Fuck you, Charlie!
Bowman, don't!
You dead American!
Последний шанс. Играй или умирай.
You don't scare me. Communist piece of shit.
Bowman! Bowman! You fucking son of a bitch!
Next.
I'm gonna kill you all!
Call of Duty used to have balls, didn't it? Call of Duty is in a weird spot. It's seen as a shell of its former self. A cash grab. A disappointment year after year. It wasn't always like that though. The game used to earn its rightful place at the top. Millions of people online, all at once. The game was thriving. But it went downhill oh so fast. World War II's life cycle is coming to a close, and it's more of the same, surrounding disappointment and almost forgotten. Black Ops 4 is on its way, and the hype for the game has fluctuated. It's been a roller coaster, with the hype surrounding, and public opinion ranging from expectations higher than ever at its best, and consumers being completely petrified at its worst. What's causing this confusion and overall muddled opinion of the game? I'm here to discuss that, and let's see if we can get to the bottom of it. When the first details of Black Ops 4 came out, the results were mixed. No campaign, possibility of a battle royale to compete with the giant known as Fortnite, Overwatch-style multiplayer, game tests failed, and the game being completely reworked just months before release. All these questions were surrounding the game prior to its reveal, and opinions were completely all over the place. Although the leaks about the game being scrapped and reworked turned out to be false, the leaks about no campaign and battle royale were true, and depending on the way you look at it, can be either great or awful. For me, this choice is a possible great step in the right direction. It was clear that a majority of the fan base barely played or completely ignored the campaign in recent years, and for good reason. The Call of Duty campaigns were just not as good as they used to be. They were bland, uninspired, and just downright lazy. Taking focus away from this and putting more time, money, and effort into the core aspects of the game is a good change of pace for the franchise, and hopefully it pays off. Now let's dive into the three different parts of this game: the multiplayer, the zombies, and Blackout. Blackout is what everyone is mostly curious about. The only other Call of Duty Battle Royale mode is COD Online's version of it, and from what I've heard, it's generally pretty good, but not everyone has the opportunity to play COD Online, with it being only available to players who live in Asia. So this Battle Royale is an obvious competition to Fortnite. Now you all know what Fortnite is. It's a phenomenon. Everyone's playing, uploading, and streaming it all over YouTube and Twitch. Now I have my opinions about Fortnite saved for another video, but all you really need to know is that it's one of the biggest games ever to release in a very long time. A lot of competitors have challenged, and Treyarch is just the next man up. The only problem is, we really don't know much about it. The only things we know that it's a larger map than Fortnite's. It has vehicles, and it combines fan favorite weapons, characters, and maps from the Black Ops series. Okay, but what about actually showing it? Treyarch has seemed to elect not to do this, and the reasons are generally unknown. Most people think that it's because it's not even close to being ready, and that's actually a good point to stand by. Fortnite has only been popular for less than a year or so it's clear that Treyarch has only had this in the works for a shorter time than the rest of the game. Now, news has come out that PS4 players will be able to play Blackout early a month prior to release, so clearly they have some of the kinks worked out, but how much of it is actually finished? We have yet to know or see, but September, we will get our answers. Multiplayer is Call of Duty's main portion. Most Call of Duties live or die by the quality of the multiplayer, and early on in the series, most of us fell in love with the formula, whether it was COD 4 with its fast-paced modern phenomenon, or World at War's gritty, intense, and brutal take on World War II multiplayer. Maybe the batshit crazy arcade modern combat and cocaine and bath salts Modern Warfare 2 is more your style. So on and so forth. These three games were, and still are, fantastic, and are in my eyes, classics in the FPS genre of video games. But, naturally, the game's formula started to become dated and the quality of the game started to wane in the public eye. While I am still a big fan of Call of Duty, much to the disbelief of others, I can understand why people feel this way. The game isn't what it used to be. Black Ops 4 is Call of Duty's last chance at maybe recapturing that magic.
He said it! He said it!
So this is what we know. Nothing, according to the game's slogan, forget what you know. And forget is definitely what we did. The game's multiplayer seems to be different than anything that's ever come out in the Call of Duty franchise. Health has been increased 150. You need to manually heal. 5v5 is the new norm. Specialists are back, but done in a way similar to Rainbow Six Siege's multiplayer, being only able to choose one operator per one player per team. Honestly, even though it does borrow from other franchises, I welcome the changes, and I believe that they will be for the better. It's a change that's well warranted, especially after the completely bare-boned attempt that was Call of Duty World War II. However, there is one glaring hole in the game's release: the Black Ops Pass.
You serious?
The Black Ops Pass is an absolute joke, and here's why Activision should feel bad about making it a thing. It will completely split up the fanbase. Players will not have access to the DLC, and non-DLC owning players will not be able to play with the players that do own it. The fact that you have to buy the whole thing instead of just individual pieces of DLC is an absolute disgrace. If EA and DICE, fucking EA and DICE of all companies, can make Battlefield 5's DLC all free, why can't Activision? Well, I understand at the end of the day it's a business. Why make it so anti-consumer? If you're going to do paid DLC, this outdated all-or-nothing DLC model needs to disappear. Let players buy the DLC multiplayer maps, zombies maps, weapons, and cosmetics that they want. While we're on the subject, don't stick certain weapons behind a paywall. Do a system like Battlefields, where if there's a new DLC weapon out, you can unlock it by doing a series of challenges, not just getting a slot machine-esque way of getting weapons by random chance out of loot boxes. Hopefully this DLC scare does not take away from the gameplay. Zombies is Treyarch's signature project. When you think Treyarch Call of Duties, you think zombies, and for good reason. Zombies is a completely immersive experience that offers a playstyle for every player, whether you're a hardcore storyline fanatic with the intentions of finding every Easter egg and secret known to man.
Oh shit! Holy fuck! They've got a dog! Grab a phone!
You get
The
to make
Eclipse.
rules. I
Napalm.
promise. Come on, Fluffy.
Richmond gets control. Fluffy knocks the camera over. Eddie, Sam.
I know what you mean.
There's Russ.
But
Oh,
we'll make everything okay.
holy crap!
Or you're just an average Joe, just looking to get the ray gun and kill some zombies. You can tell as the years have gone by, Treyarch has put more and more effort into making zombies great. Black Ops 3 Zombies is highly evident as that, with each map piecing together the final pieces of the Primus crew and their eventual end to their prolific story. For Black Ops 4 Zombies, Treyarch is doing something they've never done before. 4 Zombies maps at launch.
Rock flag eagle!
This crazy amount of Zombies content at launch will drive the passionate Zombies community absolutely insane. And you just know the big Zombies YouTubers are gonna have a field day with the Easter egg hunts. Black Ops 4 is starting a new storyline with new characters while also telling different stories from Primus and Ultimus, surprisingly. Looks like we as a fan base are getting the best of both worlds, and that's a great sign. Voyage of Despair takes place on the Titanic. Super cool location choice, by the way. Looks very Shadows of Evil-like, and the vibe of the latter always struck the right chord with me, so I'm excited for that. 9 takes place in ancient Rome, and is rumored to have only melee weapons, which could be really fun. However, I'm most excited for Blood of the Dead. For those of you that don't know, Mob of the Dead is my all-time favorite Zombies map, combining elements of real life and fiction, telling the tale of 4 prisoners trapped in a never-ending cycle. Blood of the Dead is not a remaster, more so of a remake. Blood of the Dead has the Primus crew, or Dempsey, Nikolai, Takio, and Richtofen 2.0. I fully expect the story told within this map to be mind-blowing. And don't be surprised to see a cameo from the Alcatraz prisoners, or even Victus. Also, there's a pre-order bonus map called Classified, which has the Ultimus crew, which is the original crew from World at War and Black Ops 1 if you don't know, as previously mentioned. But, not much is known about the map. Treyarch seems to be going all in on zombies this year, with it also being fully customizable, with you being able to control round speed, zombie difficulty, and even having bots fight the battle with you. Don't be surprised if Zombie turns out to be the highlight of this game. So, after taking a look at each part of the Black Ops 4 experience, what's the cause of concern for people? From what I've gathered, the game is banking on players buying into a completely different game that they've gotten from Call of Duty. This game will feature many firsts for the franchise, and a lot of veteran multiplayer players will have to spend some time getting used to the new mechanics. Also, Treyarch is hoping that their Battle Royale experience will keep longtime fans interested while bringing in new fans at the same time, as well as the completely revamped Zombies mode paying off in the long run. There's a lot to be concerned about, but there's also a lot to be hopeful for. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time. And goodbye.